Serena Williams. You know, she is married to billionaire Alexis Ohanian. And he came on First Take today. You know, people are talking about how he came at me, you know, and took a sly dig, you know, because of what I said and, you know, when Serena Williams was on stage performing at the Super Bowl.
We got to talk about Stephen A. Smith responding back to everybody's reaction, calling him out, how he got checked by Serena Williams' husband, and how, you know, he didn't have that same energy he had with people like Jay Williams.
Sitting up here on national TV absolving Kyrie Irving of every decision. I'm not going back and recounting every decision. I'm just saying how it's interesting to me. It just carries such a bigger momentum, in particular with you, more so than anybody else.
Jay,
Stephen A.
you know what? What I would ask you is do me a favor. Stop telling us what you find interesting and just tell us what you feel.
No, my job is to be interesting.
You say, I find it interesting. You always say that. Say what you're saying. What are you saying?
What did I just say?
What are you saying?
What am I saying? I just said what I'm saying, Stephen A.
Which is?
And I'm not allowed to say what I find interesting.
Of course you are.
But like once again,
I invite you on the show to say what's interesting.
So, you know, people was pointing out like, yo, when there's somebody black that Stephen A. Smith has to pump his chest out at, it's a little bit more confrontational. You know, he yells at them. He yells at his co-host. He talks about how he does this and that for all his co-hosts and what he does for his co-host and who he puts on his show.
Plenty of people throughout ESPN's history I have helped get theirs. And anybody who would challenge what the hell I just said to you on national television, they better beware. They better not utter that publicly. Because I can tell you, and I didn't say one. I said many.
Everybody was calling this out, man. You know, every single post I seen, people was like, yo, Stephen A. Smith got punked. He got checked. He didn't say anything when Serena Williams' husband had confronted him. He just sat there like a good old boy. Don't have no rebuttal when it's a white person checking him.
Stephen A. Smith, I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
well, you know what? Listen, I didn't. People, you know, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time, but I
was hoping you were going to be here.
I'm not. Oh no, I am not qualified. Married? Right. Oh no, not me. Well, I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, see.
No.
Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies. And the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies. Yeah. So I generally try to stay in my lane as advice
Then
department.
we'll talk marriage advice later. I'm running 13 years strong. We got
Deal.
you. Alexis, thank you so much. Athletics NYC 2-night event in New York. Incredible. Can't wait to watch. I'm looking for a Tiffany's crown. Appreciate you, Alexis.
Then in his response, people's pointing out the same thing. Like every time he responds back to somebody white, he has that low, soft tone, and you know, it's yeah, he did this, and he was right to do that, but his energy is always different when he calls out an athlete, like how he did Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo Ball just told him to check his sources, that his sources lied to him about him having troubles sitting up and down. Stephen A. Smith went loud at Lonzo Ball. Oh, don't let me get your doctor paperwork. Do you want me to get your paperwork for your injuries and what the doctors had reported on you and all this stuff, right? Like he was sitting there going off on Lonzo Ball, all because Lonzo just said, you know, check your sources. I can sit up and down, and he had recorded a video showing that he's okay.
Hey, who are your sources, bro? Please tell me who your sources are. Come on, man. You gotta stop yapping. And I actually like you, man. I don't even know you like that, but I like you. I'm coming back, man. Come on.
Because you know, at any given moment, even though I don't always choose to do so, I love the power that I have to reach out and touch somebody anytime I want to. It's just that you got to be careful sometimes, bro. Sit your ass down. Come on, bro. You don't exactly have a strong case to argue with me on this. Do you want me to give the names of your doctors and the surgeries that you have had? I'm not going to do that. In your career, you've missed around 46 to 48% of your games. Now, if I couldn't go off camera, if I didn't want to go off camera because of the lighting in my studio here, do y'all know I can get up and sit down and get up and sit down and get up and sit down all night long? Does that mean that I can run the hell up and down the damn court 94 feet for 30, 35 minutes a night? Sitting poolside on a bench, getting up on one knee, you think that shows that you're healthy? You gonna call me yapping when I have all of this information in front of me? Would you like me to tell where you had surgery and exactly what date you had surgery on? Would you like me to get the names of the doctors? I do have them. I know the actual doctors that operated on you. The actual locations.
So let's check out Stephen A. Smith's response for being punked live on ESPN First Take by Serena Williams' husband. Let's check out this clip right here. And if you can, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. That really does help support my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that.
Serena Williams, she is married to billionaire Alexis Ohanian, and he came on First Take today to promote some new event that he's got going on with Atheos and all of that. And, people are talking about how he came at me, and took a sly dig, because of what I said. And, when Serena Williams was on stage performing at the Super Bowl. I've never met this man. I wish I was in studio today, but I'm not. I have a speaking engagement, so I'm out of town. That's why I was not there today. It would have been nice to meet him. I don't know the man. I have nothing against him whatsoever. I don't recall saying a negative word about him. It's just that when Super Bowl Sunday took place, when Kendrick Lamar was performing, Serena Williams came on stage, dancing to all of that. And according to the reports and stuff like that, she's the ex of Drake. Essentially, what I said was, why that energy for an ex? If, that was my wife, I don't want to see that. And so because of that, that's what he was alluding to. I'm glad that it didn't escalate or anything like that. He is her husband. He loves her dearly. They have 2 wonderful children together. And I have absolutely no issue with him whatsoever wanting to address that situation with me because that's her husband. And I certainly meant no disrespect towards him at all. I was just saying that men, knowing us as men, if we're married and our wife is showing energy towards anybody else, even in a negative way, we're asking ourselves, if you're happy, why show that energy? That's it. But that's all it was. But I wasn't going to get into it on national television. I'm a professional. Now, if it had escalated and he wanted to get into it more, we'd have kept the cameras rolling. I'd have said fine. But he was sitting there saying, you wasn't married, right? So, you give him marital advice. That's how he framed it. And he says, I give advice about building companies because that's what I do, essentially implying that I'm not married, so who am I to say something like that? I'm saying, paraphrasing. I think that's a fair comment on his part. I don't have to agree with it, but I took no offense to it, and if I had been in studio and that was something that he wanted to broach, I would have reiterated what I said, maybe in a more respectable manner than my initial reaction after Super Bowl Sunday when I was just having fun. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I respect him. That's her husband. That's his wife. And evidently, he didn't like what I said. I respect it, and I wish him and his wonderful wife, who I think is the GOAT, greatest.
So, yeah, guys, that's Stephen A. Smith's response. And like I said, as we can see, he's sitting there soft-spoken, saying, if her husband would have checked him in person and he would have said the same thing that he said about Serena Williams in person to his face, but he said, it'd have been more respectful, and he's talking all soft-spoken, never has that same energy with white people. And this is somebody he said he never even met. So the fact that you wouldn't even have that same energy that you have with athletes or your coworkers, that you do all of this macho savage stuff with them, but when it's somebody that you don't even know, you don't have that same energy, man. Not to bring up race and all of that stuff, but it's just something that people who've watched Stephen A. Smith long enough to know that when he gets checked by a white person, he never has that same energy versus when somebody's even just confronting him or even just telling him like, hey, check your resources. And this is just an NBA player just telling him to check his resources. He just goes off the wall with all of these threats and he just goes crazy, man. Like, it's like something is definitely wrong with this dude. And people need to just see that for what it is. And that's what it is, man. So I would like for you guys to get in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.